Hey y'all, welcome back in. This is VfromAtl, and I'm here with your Friday I'm in Love singles reading, okay? I'm going to be pulling cards for your energy and your soulmate's energy. And so if you're a couple, we have a couples reading. So this is the singles. Go click on the couples reading that is uploaded as well, okay? So I'm pulling cards for you and your highest evolved soulmate. And so let's just tap in. So Ace of Wands, we're going to start with your energy. Ace of Wands, with the Fool and the Nine of Cups. Yeah, I'm getting you've been re-energized. Like your love for life, your lust for life, and the new has moved on. You are moving towards loyalty. You let go of all those things with this Fool energy. The Fool, even in the traditional deck, doesn't carry much with them, right? So you've let go of a lot. They're really highlighting the phone in the iPod. It's like you don't really care about all of this stuff you're seeing. You know, I mean, you're happy for people who are in loving relationships, but you've sort of done away with all that, oh, couples goals and all that stuff, because you've seen so many ebbs and flows and people persona who seems happy, but then the next moment they're broken up. So you stopped looking externally for what you want and started looking internal and filling your own cup, and now you are valuing yourself. And her arms are crossed here, so you are protecting your energy. You know, it's almost like you would it's that phrase, I'm not saying it verbatim, but it's like I used to walk into rooms and wonder if they'll like me, and now I walk into rooms and wonder if I'll like them. So it's just this energy of like you're putting yourself in the driver's seat of your life, and you put the crown on your head. And so we have the Seven of Swords with the Eight of Cups. Yeah, you walked away from deceptive energies in the past. You've walked away also from fear. From the fear of love, okay? You may have like been through the ringer when it comes to loving relationships, and the divine is saying you still have a lot of love in you, and you leaving things that no longer served you did you such a great favor, because it didn't just drain you, it didn't cause you to become completely jaded. And so now the divine is trying to help you get rid of that fear. They're really highlighting Pisces. Maybe you have Pisces energy, but it's also that yin and yang energy. Right, you balance out your masculine and your feminine. And so up top we have the Three of Swords with the Strength, with the Five of Swords and the Moon card. Yeah, there's still a bit of fear of getting hurt again. There's still a bit of fear of heartache. And also being manipulated, you know, all of those things that cause you maybe to have tower moments in the past, to make you hit rock bottom in love and depression for some, and sending y'all love, because that is a very challenging energy to get over. Not to get over, but to move through, right? You got to just move through those energies and feel every ounce of frustration, of anger, of shame, of sadness, you know, and then you come out of that feeling refreshed and renewed, because you realize in order to go through that, you have strength. You have an inner strength that can't be bought. You value yourself in a way that doesn't rely on someone else's validation. It's like that's where your true confidence comes from. It's from your relationship with the divine and with just everything, right? You know, they say God is everything, the creator is everything. We're just different expressions experiencing ourselves. And some of y'all may have gotten out into nature and had like nature retreats and things of that nature. You started doing things to enrich yourself and to show yourself self-love, instead of just going out and, you know, just getting into bed with the next person, or, you know, having substance abuse and things like that. You move through all of that energy, and those old demons in the night no longer have control over you, and the divine is trying to help you get rid of the last remnant. You know, life is always a journey, so you're never going to reach a point of being perfect in terms of not having second thoughts or second guesses. But the beauty in that is there's always something to learn, so there's always a reason to live and to continue on, because the work isn't done. You know, you're just going to get to a point to where you see yourself as the star. The star didn't pop out, but they're just really highlighting the stars here, right? You see yourself as the star, and so you always know yourself. You can always find your way back home, even in the darkness, because you put lamps in your subconscious. You shed light on those dark areas of yourself, so you're not afraid to face yourself anymore. And so that was what the divine was trying to get you to do, you know, bringing you into a relationship. That's just the final touch. That's just like the icing on the cake. the real cake, the real foundation is you loving yourself unconditionally, come what may. And so we have the Two of Swords with the Ten of Wands. Yeah, they don't want you to be ruled by fear of the unknown, fear of the past, and also carrying other people's burdens, and also being afraid of the new. You ask for new, and so new is going to be a little exhilarating. You know, you don't have to say scary, it's just like exciting. You know, you may feel a bit of trepidation, but it's what you want, so your feet keep moving on the path. And so yeah, you're moving into this beautiful sun energy once again. This may be another dark night of the soul rebirth that you've had. I know it's a lot. Okay, I know it's a lot. You know, the phoenix, in order for it to rise, it has to crash and burn. And that is the path that we have chosen. Okay, so we got the Ten of Swords with the sun here, and they're highlighting the Ten of Swords. They're really highlighting Two of Swords within the Ten of Swords. It's like you are making yourself so fearful that this beautiful energy that you've worked to resurrect within yourself will be taken away, but it cannot be at this point, right? It's that energy of, you know, the coal goes through so much process to become a diamond, but once it becomes a diamond, it cannot be broken again. Okay, shout out to Eric Thomas for that. He said that, and I really vibe with that. Okay, so we're gonna move on to your person's energy. Yeah, it wasn't for nothing. You have a purpose to everything that you're going through. And so your person is in King of Wands energy. They could be a fire sign. It could be a leader. You know, maybe a boss in a company, an entrepreneur, someone who is very well known and very attractive. But with their left hand balled up here, like that's the receiving hand I'm getting, they don't take a lot of offers. I feel like they know their worth as well. And so we have here with the Queen of Swords, yeah, with the Eight of Pentacles, with the Nine of Pentacles. And it's interesting that the Queen came out instead of the King. So this person is balancing their feminine and masculine energy, but the Queen of Swords can be kind of cold. So they could be a little standoffish. They're focused on their work. They're focused on their singlehood. They're focused on getting their money. Because with this Nine of Pentacles, that is stability. They're self-sufficient. They're really highlighting the carrot here. And so the carrot is unique in how it grows because it's a root vegetable. And if you didn't know about a carrot, you would think, you know, hey, I planted this weeks ago, months ago, and it's not bearing any fruit. Like it's only leaves at the top, but you have to dig deeper to get to the carrot. You have to dig deeper to get to this person. So they're not very open. Like with the King of Wands, they're charismatic. Like they've learned how to play the game, but they keep their real emotions protected. They focus on their work, and any partnerships they want, they're highlighting Three of Pentacles. They just want the business partnerships right now. They're really focused in. They're really locked in. They have a goal. They want to move up the ladder. They want to move. Yeah, we got the Four of Cups. They're not taking love offers right now. But the divine is saying they're manifesting. They're helping them manifest this in though, right? Because it's what they desire, but they can control their job. They can control that energy, right? And they're with this the yin and the yang here, their feminine energy, they're showing them how to attract in what they want, how to attract in love, how to manifest exactly what they want. And so this is beautiful energy here. Yeah, but with that attraction, they're going to have to take action at some point. And the divine is helping them with that. Yeah, because they have the Two of Wands right here. They got the Two of Wands. And so they're deciding like, okay, do I really want to be the person that has all the money, all the career, but I haven't built a relationship with somebody? You know, I'm at a crossroads in my life to where I know I do want love. They're highlighting, they're looking out over this water. They're looking out over their emotions and how they really feel and what they really want. And I'm really getting with this Page of Pentacles, yeah, they want a new beginning. They want a new beginning here. And how you guys are going to meet in the middle, Three of Cups with the Two of Cups right here. So you guys may meet out like at some sort of party or celebration. This is like where a group of people are getting together. They're showing me Leo, so maybe y'all have Leo in y'all chart, or maybe this will be during like Leo season. I know this a few months off, but oh, okay, gotcha. So the healing is going to come with that Strength card. You see this this symbol right here, the healing is going to come with the Strength card. The angels are helping you to tame those energies, and that's what's going to help bring it in. Not necessarily Leo season, it's just the more you heal those insecurity wounds, this could be brought together, right? And some of y'all may be connected to the Orisha Yemaya. So maybe it's time to spend some time by the water. Go, you know, take a little beach trip or go to a big body of water and just like sit and meditate. So we have the Hermit with the Death card. Yeah, you won't be by yourself for much longer, right? This is transforming that you pulling away by yourself. This is Scorpio, Virgo energy. This is maybe some of y'all are doing online dating. You know, you want to get out there, but you might not want to go bounce around the restaurants and bars. So you're kind of doing that. At least you're making a step towards that. But we got the King of Cups here. But there's still a bit of energy that they're trying to, it's fear. I feel like y'all process fear in a different way. You process it by overthinking, and this person processes by just grinding it out, by just working it out. You know, maybe they're really fit, maybe they hit the gym, things of that nature. And so perhaps that will be helpful. There's ways to release some of the energy. You know, we talk about journaling, we talk about meditating, perhaps putting yoga into your routine. And it's not about going and paying a lot of money for a membership anywhere. There are wonderful yoga teachers online. There are home workouts online. You know, there are different groups in your community. If you like to cycle, you know, look up local cycling groups. If you just like to walk, look up local walking groups. There's ways that you can find community, because that's how I'm finding you're going to meet this person, by doing what you love doing, taking this new start and putting yourself out there, right? Lilies may be of significance to you. That flower lilies, maybe roses are of significance to you. Yeah, it's time for a new start, guys. And so we have the Crow with the Sweat Lodge. So yeah, it's time for a detox so you can see the truth. So this could be a social media detox, this could be streaming services, technology detox, and even like an actual food detox. Clearing out your energy, you know, maybe having a juice fast, or maybe like, you know, taking a week and not having those, you know, like a glass of wine, or not having those drinks throughout the week, you know, partying or whatever. It's just like you calming down, really getting centered, and you replace that time with something. So a fast is different than just like a diet or something. Is because when you remove something from your reality during a fast, you replace it with a sacred practice. So if you were to normally go out and have a glass of wine with the girls or the guys, you're replacing that time with prayer and meditation. You're replacing those foods, and when you're eating those foods and when you're drinking those beverages, you're saying prayers to yourself. You're encouraging them to heal and restore and to cleanse your body. So that's the energy. And the Crow asks for change because they realize the truth. They realize the truth of a situation, and they acknowledge it, and so they can move in that energy. And it's the number 4. It's stable energy, right? The truth is stable. Sometimes it's hard to face, but that's what's going to give you a solid foundation with this new person. Speaking the truth. You may feel like you're too weird or too different, or your questions are too bold, or all of that stuff. The right person will not be frightened by your status, will not be frightened by the questions that you have. They will have some of their own. So just allow yourself to wait for what is yours. I'm getting the divine is bringing this person in here. This Chariot, this is major moving forward energy. You are manifesting this in, so do not block your blessings with fear. Okay? So much love and light to y'all. If y'all would like to book a personal reading with me, it's www.PharaohsTarot.com. Also, we're on, Instagram and TikTok. So check us out over there. We're going to be going live on TikTok as well as Instagram. We go live on Instagram already, so tap in with us, okay? Yeah, much love, much light to y'all, many blessings, and stay grounded. Namaste.